So that's what we're going to try and look at. So the first thing is to work out how many geologists have we got here. 2. All right. So we're actually.
I jumped the fence.
You jumped the fence. So what we wanted to do, because we've got 2, we might have separate out. So you 2 might go into that little room, and the engineers go into another room. What the task I'm going to give you is I want you to write out using a single sticky page for each task. So the task that you would give someone if you're employing them who is going to be a technician. So one of these people. What tasks would you be able to give them? You should be able to write about 20 or 25 of those individually, and then we'll start discussing the roles amongst the group and then try and draw them together and cluster them a bit later on. And so what we're trying to do is define, whilst we can say, oh, they need to know about this and that and something else, what's their role going to be? Now, the purpose of understanding their role is we can then decide is, well, do they really need this subject or not? And so we're really giving you an opportunity to actually have an input into how you would employ these people. Now, you might want to start in your narrow field of what you're doing, but maybe then broaden it out across. So if you're a ventilation engineer, then looking at how you would employ them in ventilation, but if you can broaden it out so that you get across that. Now we're going to have to look, because we're doing this across Australia, we're going to have to look at underground open cut, plus coal and metalliferous. And obviously there are different roles in those 4 different areas that they could be working. And there's design as well, because some of these people are very good on the design side. So that's the task, is that individually you just start writing. And what I want you to do is to put your initials on each sheet, so that if we can't read your writing, or we want to ring you and say, what did you mean when you said that, and tease that out of you, we can contact you and do that, because we will then synthesise all the data we get from, I think we've got 6 or 8 of these workshops planned, and we'll synthesise all that. And then later on, we'll send that all out to you to sort of say, well, is this it? Because by then you might have thought of some more and want to add to it and so on. So you will get another chop of this later on. So this is the very basic start. And so armed with one of these, your initials on each sheet and just one task on each. Now I want you to write the task by starting with an action verb. So designs, measures, whatever, and so it's an actual action that they're undertaking.
So this is what we're talking about here is a technician, associate degree, graduate, immediately
within the first 3 or 4 years out.
Okay.
So probably supervised initially, but how you would see them doing the job maybe in 3 years out, and what so when I surveyed all these people.